Are you struggling to get your YouTube channel off the ground? And maybe you're wondering, is it really worth it? Or maybe you haven't even started your YouTube channel and you want to jump in, but you're like, should I or shouldn't I? Well, in today's video, I hope to give you clarity so that you can answer those questions confidently and know whether or not YouTube is right for you. So I can promise you that this is going to be the weirdest explanation for YouTube, but it works. So stick around because it's going to get interesting. Is YouTube worth it? This is like the million-dollar question, right? In my case, it was worth it. In my case, I went from jobless to having a full-time career on YouTube in less than a year. Within 6 months of being on YouTube, I was making more monthly than I ever had at my previous full-time jobs. This analogy will help you to realize what it really takes to be successful on YouTube. So YouTube is like having children, planning to have children. The first stage is the conception phase. You get excited about YouTube. You have this idea, I want to get on YouTube. I'm seeing all these people on YouTube. Now's my time. I'm going to get on YouTube, right? And if we compare that to having a child, it's like the phase where you're like, let's make a family. I'm really excited. I love you. Let's do this, right? And so you start having all the fun and you make the baby, right? And you start to think about the future you could have. This family could be amazing. I can't wait to have all these little children running around, little mini-me's everywhere, right? And on YouTube, it's like, I can't imagine, how great it's going to be if I start to make affiliate money, if I start to make a living off of my passion and I'm sharing my value with the world and I'm working with amazing people. Oh, it could be so great. It could be so great, right? And then the baby's born. And everything is amazing. You're like, I have this thing. I've never had so much love for this baby. You start YouTube, it's like you birth your channel when you post your first video. And you're like, oh, I have so much love for this channel. I'm going to make it amazing. And I'm going to work really hard. And so you start staying up late nights and you start, editing videos, researching how to do it better. You start learning all these tools. But then reality sets in and you realize, wow, I'm exhausted. This is a lot of work. Like, I am staying up really late. I'm posting videos. I'm going to work all day. I'm coming home. I'm posting more videos, just like with a newborn. I'm getting up all night. I keep getting up all night. It's just this cycle that's going on and on. And this phase of YouTube, the newborn phase of YouTube, when you first get on YouTube, it's a lot of work and very minimal reward. It's the same with having a newborn. A lot of work and you're not seeing much happening, right? It's just this thing that you're feeding and it's pooping and it's crying and it's waking you up all night and it's, you would do anything for that little baby, right? You would do anything for it, right? But it's wearing you out and you don't see much reward because the baby at this age can't really even smile at you yet. It's not really interacting with you yet. It can't even hold its head up, right? So think about YouTube like that. It can't even hold its head up yet. It's trying to get its footing, right? It's trying to get the algorithm primed. It's making progress, but you can't see it. So like this baby is growing. This baby's brain is making synapses and getting connected, and it's starting to get the muscles enough to be able to move a little bit, to roll over perhaps, right? Something as small as just rolling over, right? I want you to think about YouTube as that as well. It's in the newborn phase. It really doesn't have any idea what's going on. You have no idea what's going on. You have no idea what to expect. It's all so new to you. You start to need to learn things fast. You need to adapt fast. You need to figure things out. And with each video you upload, things change. You might be getting more and more tired, but you're also learning, okay, so when the baby does this, it means it's hungry. When it does this, it needs to be changed, right? And so with YouTube, you start to realize, okay, if I do a title this way, it starts to get more traction than if I do it this way. So that's the newborn phase, okay? And then the toddler phase comes, which is really exciting, but also complete chaos. Toddlers are like amazing because now you can start to communicate with them, right? You can start to communicate with your YouTube channel. You're starting to understand maybe what your audience wants. You're starting to see more views coming in and more subscribers. And you're starting to, it's getting some traction, right? Your channel's getting traction. Just like a toddler, they start to walk. They start to stand up, they start to crawl, they start to move, and all of a sudden your channel's starting to move. But it also is like chaotic because with a toddler, they're running around with like half a brain and they are dangerous. Like they can get into things, they can get into trouble, they can start to find the permanent markers and put permanent marker all over the face. Yes, that has happened in my family. And they just get into things. And with your channel, it starts to feel like the algorithm is like this tantruming toddler. It's like 1 minute it's happy, right? And then the next minute it's super angry at you and it's not getting any views. It's like 1 minute you have high engagement, comments, all kinds of stuff on your channel. And then the next minute it's like angry at you, right? So, and learning that, this is a phase, just like the toddlers, the terrible twos, it's a phase. You have to remind yourself, this is a phase of YouTube. You're in the toddler phase. You're learning more and more. And this is also just a phase too. Like there's cycles on YouTube where you have things that take off and things that don't take off, things that hit well, things that don't hit well. So in the toddler phase of YouTube channel, you're really starting to understand what your audience wants, but it's not like your videos might not be getting to them, right? So you really need to figure out how to get the videos to be shown to the right people. And that's when you start to add in layers of thumbnails and titles and starting to master that, right? And so then once you start to get to that stage where you start to master that, then you enter the teenage years of your YouTube channel and you have more confidence. So you're like, okay, I've been parenting for a while. I understand kids. I understand how to do this. I'm in a rhythm. They don't need me to change their diaper anymore. They don't need me to wipe their butts anymore. They're pretty self-sufficient, right? Your channel's pretty self-sufficient. You know what you're doing. You're getting into a rhythm. You're posting your videos. You know how to edit them. You know your systems are in place. Strategically, you know which videos will do better than others and serve different purposes. Like you're starting to understand the whole YouTube world, right? So in the teenage years, you might have 10,000 subscribers, 5,000 subscribers, 15, 20,000 subscribers, whatever it is, whatever the number is. But with that number, with bigger growth comes bigger challenges. With bigger kids comes bigger problems, right? Because they start to get into other things and they start to date and they start to bring in all these other variables. Their hormones start to come into the picture and it's a little bit of wild stuff going on, right? With your growth, when you start to get bigger, you have to come over other hurdles and other challenges. Like you're like, oh my gosh, now there's like 10,000 people watching me. I have more eyes on me. I need to up my game. I need to do better. I need to do this. And you start to feel this pressure, like, did I do that right? The thing with YouTube, it's the reason I compare it to parenting and to having children. It's like you are always second guessing yourself in the world of parenting. Did I do that right? Could I have done that better? Am I ruining my child? Could I have done that video better? Could I have said something differently? Did I say too much? Did I not come across correctly in my videos? Am I going to turn some people off? Are they going to yell at me? Then you start to question like, oh, should I change my niche? Should I broaden my niche? Am I too pigeonholed? Am I limiting my growth? Because you start to see plateaus, then you see growth, and you see plateaus. And it's like with a teenager, sometimes it's great. Sometimes you like have amazing conversations with your kids and you're like, wow, like who is this person? They're amazing. And then the next minute they're slamming the door in your face and they're saying they hate you. And the whole reason I'm comparing it to parenting is because when you imagine that life with that child and that baby, it is nothing like what you think it's going to be like. It is so much harder than you thought possible. You dreamed up your childhood of like reading them sweet stories to bed and them being like falling asleep and going to dreamland while you read them books. And that's not the case. They're like, let's read faster. What's on this page? They're like crawling all over the bed. It's chaotic, right? So YouTube is the same way, and that it's not necessarily what you expect, but that's okay because you're in it for the long haul. Just like with having kids, once you have them and you're like, oh my God, what have I done? Can I do this? Can I handle this? Like I'm so exhausted. Can I keep going? Is this worth it? Then the answer comes to you when your kids are grown and you look back at all that you went through to get there and you see that beautiful child out there in the world succeeding, going to school, going to college and like making friends and building their careers and becoming an adult in the world. All of that work, all of those things are forgotten because you have built this human and they are succeeding in life and you are so proud of who they turned into. Same thing with YouTube. When you enter the adulthood of YouTube, when you get to that phase, it's so amazing. You built this yourself. You put in the sweat and the tears and you stood by it and you kept going, even though it was hard, even though there were many sleepless nights, even though you were covered in puke sometimes, even though you were exhausted and sick and you didn't want to post a video, but you did it anyway. You kept going. Now you have the adulthood of YouTube. And with the adulthood of YouTube, you have a business. You've created a sustainable business. And you can be so proud of that because you are providing value with your business through YouTube. You're providing value to people out there, to your subscribers, and it's transforming their lives. It's also transforming your life because you get to live your passion and get paid for it. And it also transforms your life with the income, your house. You get to afford, you get to buy things, you get to support yourself, you get to support your children, or whatever it is you want to do, your dreams or adventures, you're traveling, whatever it is that you want to support yourself with this channel. You did that, and you are doing it because you stuck it out. You knew that YouTube was not a get rich overnight scheme. You knew that you could do this if you push through all those moments of doubt, all those moments of like, am I ruining this child? Did I just ruin them with the way I behaved or the way I acted? And did I just ruin my YouTube channel because I posted that one video? Oh my God, everything's gonna blow up in my face now. There are moments when you're raising your children where everything seems to be exploding, where nothing seems to be working, where you are so just tired and just want to walk away and give up. Like, honestly, that there are moments like that in parenthood, and there are moments like that in YouTube, and they come a lot, just like they come a lot when you're raising children. And that's why I think it is so, if you compare YouTube to raising children and treating it like that, like, are you in this or are you not? When you make a child, you are in it. You have no choice. You have to work hard. And the harder you work, the better your life will be. With YouTube, the harder you work, the better your channel will be. It's really very similar. So there's always different hurdles when you try to do something. But with YouTube, it really is a long-term game. It is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So the growth on YouTube, no matter how fast or how slow, in the end, it's worth it if you stick it out. If you constantly strive to improve your videos, you constantly strive to get to know your audience better, to know what they need, to know what value you can provide to people, and really hone that in, the work is worth it. Raising kids, in the moment, it doesn't feel worth it. A lot of times it doesn't feel worth it. I haven't seen my husband or spent time with him in like months because I'm trying to build a YouTube channel and I have children, right? And we know this is a season. This is a season of focus. This is a season of growth. I'm going to grow my YouTube channel. I have to focus, right? And we find those moments and we cherish those moments when we meet up. But it's hard. It really is a lot of work. And that's why I want to be so honest with you. If you're going to get on YouTube, I want the excitement to be there, the opportunities, the potential, everything is limitless. But it means you have to work. You have to give up. Just like you have to give up stuff to have children, you have to give up stuff to do YouTube. And a lot of people, when I post videos about how my life became very imbalanced, the self-care took a little bit of a toll. I wasn't exercising as much. I wasn't going for as much walks. I wasn't spending as much time in nature. I was focusing on YouTube. It was always on my mind. Learning about YouTube, posting videos, working with clients. That's what I do, right? And slowly, once you get that under control, then you can start to reintroduce things back into your life. But you have to say no to some things in order to grow your YouTube channel. A lot of people come to me and they're in their program and they're like, I want to start a YouTube channel. I'm like, okay, what are you willing to give up to start your YouTube channel? Because you have to give up something. Whatever you're doing in your life right now, that downtime where you're on Instagram scrolling, that time where you're going to the bars after work and having happy hour, you have to give up something to have time for YouTube. You have to give up something in order to create a family. You can't do a family and do all the stuff you used to do, right? But you also know that there's seasons. There's seasons of parenting that are hard. Like when the child is first born and you bring a baby home, you're not going to see anyone. The mother is not going to see anyone for at least 3 months. It's baby, breastfeeding, changing diapers, and trying to survive, right? So there's certain phases of YouTube that you will go through that are like just trying to survive. Like maybe you're working a full-time job and trying to build a channel. That is like being a parent. You have this whole day where you have to be somewhere else, and then the night is where you're also working and you're getting exhausted. But you also know that if you do that, then later on, you will have the opportunities that you can work what hours you want to work. You can get paid for something you love to do rather than going to a 9-to-5 that you hate, or a 9-to-5 that you just don't want to do for the rest of your life. You might not even hate it. Or you also build this channel and you keep your 9-to-5 because you like the income, you like the insurance you get with it, you like everything like that. But then you just want this extra income from YouTube to go have adventures around the world. Maybe your current income doesn't allow you to travel as much as you would like. Or maybe you want a new car. I don't know what it is that you want, but you just need to know that to build a channel and to focus on it, you might have to give up something, and you might have to learn to say no to some things in order to say yes to yourself, in order to say yes to your dreams. It is impossible to go after your dreams and still do everything you're doing in your life. It's just not possible. And I'm tired of people saying that you can balance everything. No, there's certain times in your life where you will not be in balance. There is nothing balanced about being a parent with small children. Balance is out the window. You have to get up at night if your kids are sick. You can't be like, oh no, tonight I need my sleep, so I'm going to sleep while my child is puking in their bed. No, it doesn't work that way. YouTube doesn't work that way either. If you want to succeed on YouTube, you have to show up to YouTube. You have to give up things. You have to be willing to sacrifice things to grow your channel. And if you're willing to do that, awesome. Come to this platform. It is freaking amazing. I love YouTube. I absolutely loved YouTube, and it can transform your life. It has completely transformed my life. I went from unemployed to now making over $10,000 a month on YouTube, right? With all the different avenues, revenue streams that I have set up. And those aren't even, get this, those revenue streams aren't even maximized. I haven't even, I don't even promote those revenue streams as much as I could. So that's another phase. I'm in the teenage adulthood years of my channel, right? And now I can start to really tweak what I want to do and where the revenue comes in from. And you will get to that point as well. Realize that it comes in phases. You can't have the teenager without going through the newborn stage, right? You can't have the successful adult out there, your child living in the world on their own without having to raise them first. It's no different with YouTube. You have to start at the beginning and layer things in and grow and learn and evolve and face the challenges as they come at you. And the challenges are different as they come at you. The challenges from the newborn phase on YouTube, very different than the challenges from the adulthood stage of YouTube. And the burnout in the newborn stage, very different than the burnout you might face in the adulthood stage of YouTube. So, okay, whew, that was serious. Let's get happy now. You could do this. You really can. Just know going into it, it takes work. And just know that by showing up every day, thinking about YouTube as like your child, there's no option to quit. There's no option to give up on them. You will succeed. That's all I have to say. If you treat YouTube like it's a child or it's a pet or it's something that if you nurture it, it will grow, it will grow. You nurture it, it will grow. Constant care, it will grow. If you take constant care of your children, they grow into healthy babies, healthy children, healthy adults. You constantly take care of the needs of your YouTube channel, it will grow into a channel that supports you, that creates a sustainable business, and that you can do for the long term. Okay, thanks you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.